Today, what I wanted to go over with you guys is goals. Number one thing to being able to do this business is you got to set your goals big, especially in real estate. Fact is, my buddy Charles said this. He's like, no one gets into real estate unless you want to get like really freaking rich, like really rich. Like it's pointless to get into real estate. Real estate as a business, as an activity, is way too hard. It's too heavy. Heavy means like you can't get out of it. It's not like if you bought a bike today and you sold your bike, you can get your money tomorrow. You buy a real estate deal today, you ain't selling it tomorrow. That's not how this game works. Like, I don't care what anybody says. You need different skill sets, different activities, and that means you also need a different goal. So that said, when I got started, I didn't have a goal. I just needed to make money. But had somebody be like, dude, you need goals. Like I knew I wanted to be a multimillionaire, but I didn't really know what that meant. Right. So when you start off in this business, if you're just getting started, before you jump into real estate, you need to figure out once and for all, what is your goal? And it needs to be a massive goal if you're going to do this business, because real estate is a lot of work. Just telling you up front. Before you pick the skill, before you know what you're doing, you need to have a goal, and it needs to be a money goal. It needs to be able to be transferred over into a number. Right. So what is that for you? Do you want to do like you want to get to $5 million in net worth in real estate and cash flow? You want your cash flow to be what, $5,000, $10,000 a month? What is that for you? You need to pick it. So, and I wanted to go over this thing with you guys with when I talk about goals and targets. So goals, the definition of goals, it's a big long-term thing that you're looking to hit, right? So like if we want to do $50 billion in real estate assets under management in Bell Capital, I know that's not going to happen today or tomorrow or this year, right? I'm not just being realistic about that. But it could if I went to Wall Street and I knocked on their door and maybe somebody could stroke me a check. I don't know. But if that's my goal, that's my goal. But I know that's not going to happen right away. So what do I need to focus on while I'm working on that is the next piece. When you hear people say, what is your goals and your targets? Targets are things that are actionable steps that you can take that lead you to the goal, right? So like this video, I said I was going to do 50 videos, 50 trainings in the Young Tycoon. This is number 2. This is a target. I'm hitting the target today. The leading up to the goal of doing 50 so I can help more people that were like me, that were interested, that were motivated, money motivated. They wanted to do real estate. They wanted somebody to help them pull the curtains back and show them what they were doing and become a professional at what they were doing. Like I wanted that. So I want to help you. This was a goal of mine to do. And now today is a target. So think about that when you're trying to put this stuff together. If you're young and just getting started, like what is your money target? What is it? $1 million, 2 million, 10 million, $1 billion? You need to have one. And it doesn't matter how big it is, especially in real estate. Now, if you're going to flip houses, you're probably not going to flip houses and make $1 billion. That's not how this game works. I don't care what anyone says. Or if they go, man, I flip 100 houses a month. I don't have that level of a system. I'm on the other side of the fence where you can flip as many houses as you want, but at some point you're going to come to the dark side, which is multifamily. I started off in multifamily real estate. I did. I got a bunch of properties, but there was only one single family house in there. The rest of them were multifamily. I cut my teeth on it. So I understood that game, even if I didn't know what I was doing, because my goal was what? To make a lot of money, right? So naturally, I bought a portfolio first, unlike other people, where I stumbled into getting a portfolio because I had somebody say, go back and ask that guy, does he have more real estate? So that said, so what is your goal, right? Pick your goal. Like your goal needs to be a big goal, and it needs to be a money goal. You need to be extremely money motivated in this. I talked about it in the last one, like mistakes I made. The purpose should be money. So if you're going to set a goal, then make sure that the goal is purpose driven based on the money that you need, whether that's cash flow because you have no money coming in, or you have money coming in, whether you have a small business, a practice, an entrepreneur, you're in sales, you're in marketing, whatever, or you're in AI, whatever, you're selling stuff on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, shop, whatever. But you still need to have a money goal if you're going to get into real estate as a player, as a tycoon. All right. So, and then next you need to figure out what your target is. What is your first target, second target? How many deals do you need to close? Like just back the math out. If you're going to do $1 million and you need to make $100,000 per deal, that's 10 deals. You need to make $100,000 profit on the deal, right? If you're going to if you're going to buy a small multifamily and that deal is going to give you 5% return on your money, then you back that number out based on how much money you need to put down, right? If you need $1,000, you're going to have to put down $200,000 on a deal, and that property needs to return you 5% on your 200,000. And there you go. There's your $1,000 a month that you've been looking for or close to it, right? So these are the things you have to pay attention to, because once you start doing the math, because your goal is about the math, then you can back out the math based on how much actions you got to take, and your actions will be the targets that you got to hit. Then everything is about overcoming all the obstacles associated with those targets. right? I don't want to do videos every day. I'm a deal guy. I'd rather be out looking at real estate like I was earlier. I looked at what was that, a 91 unit deal close by here, and then I also looked at it. It was another 80 unit deal, right? Didn't like either one of those deals, but that's a better use of my time than making videos. You're going to do a lot of stuff in this business. You're probably not going to be making videos like me, but you need to do a lot of stuff that you're not going to like to do. It's a part of your targets. I have bigger goals. If I'm going to build a big business, then I need to get known. So I'm going to be on YouTube. I'm going to talk about what I'm doing. I'm going to try to help people along the way, which is what I want to do because I wanted help. So your targets, it's still associated with money. I'm not doing this because I don't want money. I'm doing this because I want to be seen. Because the more stuff I put out there, the more people who know me, the more people I help, the more money is going to come to me, whether it comes to me from you guys or it comes to me from external factors because God bless me. I know that's going to happen. But the goal here for you is goals here for you, which is what? Money. You need to set your goals. And what is that? It could be something simple. You'd be like, hey, I want to buy a hundred unit apartment complex, or I want to get to 100 units over the next 12 months, or I wanted to get 100 units in the next 24 months, or I want to do 10 houses, and each one of those houses, I want to make $50,000 profit, which gives me $500,000 in cash. Boom, there's a good goal. Now you start looking at what is my target. I got to go find a deal. I got to find a motivated seller. If you have a bunch of money, then you're going to use your money, but you're still going to have to raise money. So you're going to need some partners. I got to go now talk to people who are interested in making an investment and getting a return on their money or partnering with me on these deals. Now you have all these targets you got to go hit every day. Now you know what you're doing. And then you got to add, which is what we were alluding to earlier, you got to add some skills to that, which are going to be sales skills. Always. You're always going to need the sales skills. You're going to have to focus on finding, like talking to another human being, which is your communication strategy. You're going to know what to say it, how to greet them, how to qualify this person, how to make the offer, how to make the pitch, how to structure the financing if you need to, how to structure the points, the returns. All of these things have to happen, but it is a part of your sales communication strategy, your sales communication, and you need to also be a professional at those things because you're going to be dealing with all of it if you're going to hit your goals and you're going to overcome the challenges that are going to show up when you're going to hit your targets because they will. Right? You just got to be a beast at overcoming all challenges to be able to hit a target. So that was one of the things we were talking about earlier was like, okay, cool. Like, what is the skill set? But then we really look back and I was like, dude, really, we were all chasing money. But if I had a better goal about the money, then I would have made better decisions about where I entered the real estate game, right? Some of you guys are gonna want to develop. Some of you guys are going to want to be a fix and flip guy where you buy a property and fix it and sell it. Some of you guys are going to want to be a long-term holder like me where you raise money for multifamily and then you hold that property. But that's not just real estate. Now you're in money management. You're a fund manager or you're doing a syndication where you're managing other people's money and you are making an investment on the behalf of your group to get the right asset, to make sure they get the returns, to make sure you turn around and that asset pays out what you needed to pay. That's a very different game, but it's all sales. It's all sales, it's all money, which is why I said if you start your goals with money, you back out the money, you back out the targets it takes to get it, you use the right vehicle, you learn the strategy of being a professional salesman, then you can also go around. Now you're going to start getting paid what you're worth in this business because most people get into real estate, they might do one deal and then they're done. Right? Why? Because one, they either didn't have a goal or they did have a goal and they had a too small of a goal and they started chasing the wrong targets and they weren't money motivated or they didn't have the skills to be able to last long enough and they got eaten up by a guy like me who walks fast, talks fast, knows what a deal looks like. He understands finance. He understands this game, knows how to raise money, knows how to talk to investors, knows how to talk to banks, knows how to talk to sellers. What is going to keep you from doing this? Nothing. Keep watching, man. I'm telling you. So ask yourself, what is your money goal? What are you trying to get accomplished here? And one thing I want to share about real estate that's not like other businesses. Your money is going to be different in real estate. You may not make a whole bunch of cash flow in your real estate games. It's going to take a while. There's going to be a gap in between that time. It's not like business where you have a bunch of sales where you get paid the next day or paid in every 30 days. Sometimes you're going to be in a deal and you may be in that deal for 60, 90 days, 120 days, half a year and not get shit. You got to be able to eat that. But then when you make money, you got to also be a good money manager to not blow all your money, reinvest a majority of that money, and then also have money to live and get another deal and then roll that into the next deal. Unless you're in the capital raising game where you're doing being a syndicator or fund manager where there's some fees involved. And I'll go over that. You don't need all that right now. Here's what I want you to do though. I want you to get out a piece of paper. I want you to write down what your goals are. You're gonna have multiple goals. Make a ton of money, make a ton of cash flow, invest a ton of money, have a net worth goal, an income goal, a cash flow goal, passive income goal. And if you have another business, you're going to want to also grow your other business, right? So all of these things are goals. And then you want to take the time and go, what's the target? And I would suggest, and I got to get better at this too, and I've been doing this. The bigger your goals get, the harder it is for you to set a target because the gap between your targets are going to extend. So set a 90-day target. Right now, we have a 90-day target, $25 million, deploy that capital, and then roll into the next $25 million, deploy that capital. Like that's what our targets are right now. That's not the goal. The goal for the year is 1,000 units. Raise $100 million, $300 million worth of real estate, 1,000 doors, whatever that is, and then roll right into that. But the targets have to be broken down towards I know what I'm doing, right? That's not the mechanics, but that is a target. Because once I know what my goal is, once I know what my targets are, then I start working on, hey, what do I need to be doing every day, right? Who do I need to talk to? And it's always going to be a who. It's never going to be a what. This is a people business. This is a sales game, and it is a communication strategy game. Because if you're communicating with another human being, it's sales. You're selling you, whether you're buying a deal or you're getting them to invest with you or getting them to pick you, whatever that is. That's this game. But you got to have a goal because if you don't have a goal, then you won't do all the other stuff that I'm telling you that it takes to succeed in this business. That's why so few people win in real estate. Regardless of what you see online, not everybody's winning in real estate. They have another business that allows them to win. Real estate is a side project, and it can't be if you're going to be a real estate tycoon. I promise you. All right, so I hope this helps you guys. Let me know what you got from this. Setting goals, goals, big long term. These are big long term, long horizon things. Things that are not going to happen right away. Targets are things that you can check the box and say done, done, done. That's what those are. Those are actionable steps that lead you and get you closer to the big goal. That is a long-term project. All right. So set those and make them all finance driven, money driven, target driven, net worth driven, whatever that is for you. But if you do that, I promise you, if you keep watching Young Tycoon, I'll get to more of the things that you need. Or if you have a question, leave it in the comments. I'll make a video about it. I'll get straight to the point on it. I don't need to make long videos. I can get straight to the point, but a lot of people need stories. If you're a deal guy, you're a real estate person, we hate stories. It's like, dude, tell me what you want, get it over with so I can make a decision. I'll get to the person that's a decision maker. That's huge too. That'll go on probably, if not the next one, it'll be the one after that. But we'll go through the skills that you need, and I'll go over exactly how to do that and what you need to be focused on, especially once you get started, once you have your goals and your targets. So leave it in the comments. What goal did you set? What targets did you set that you need to hit? So that way I can help you and I can make content to help you get closer and closer to be able to hit your goals in a relatively short amount of time, at least 12 months. All right. So let me know if you need anything. Let's go, guys. Boom.